Quack, 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 quack.
The night was foggy. The night was muggy. The night was warm. The night was like nights typically are. I was driving down Western Avenue in South Bend, Indiana, when I passed by half a dozen headless mannequins, all lined up tightly, side by side, each on a round white stand. I don't know if they were for sale or not, but I got one. It had a hot pink short-sleeved top and hot pink leggings, no shoes, and as mentioned before, no head either. It didn't weigh much. It didn't speak. In fact, it didn't do anything except lay silently on the back seat, looking ghastly and forlorn, even without a head. Now, how I came up with the idea, I do not know. That is often the nature of ideas, isn't it? They come out of nowhere. This one was a doozy. You see, I decided to take that mannequin up to the railroad tracks. Not just any railroad tracks, but some of the busiest. I decided to set it up on a curve to see what would happen as I lurked nearby. It wasn't hard to maneuver the mannequin out of the car and set it up, but I felt kind of bad that the two of us had barely become acquainted. Oh well. I set it up on track 1, facing east toward Elkhart, home of the biggest railroad yard in the USA, save one or two. There she stood, a ghastly, headless, hot pink ghost on a warm, foggy night in South Bend, facing what would likely be a sudden, dramatic, and thorough demise. It was not long before a distant, rumbling thunder sounded. It was a train. Did I choose the right track? Did I set the mannequin face to face with the engineer? Most of all, will it work?
The engineer is just a mannequin. I am so sorry that your world just got messed up. You can believe I won't do that again. But it was just a stupid mannequin.
Oh, you bet your ass it worked. As the bright light of the oncoming train lit up the nearby shrubs and trees and buildings, it became clear. The train was not only westbound, heading toward my mannequin, but moving at top speed, which for those tracks is 45 miles an hour. So I braced myself for what was sure to be a spectacular show, and what I did not brace myself for is what actually happened. Oh boy. It was a coal train. Not a John Coltrane, but a real coal train with 600 tons of locomotive 13,000 tons of fully loaded powder basin coal, all bearing down unawares upon that lowly, hot pink, headless mannequin. To say the horn sounded would be an understatement, and to say the brakes were applied would be an understatement too. The cacophony? It was such that all the dead nearby were nearly awakened. As for the engineer and the brakeman, God only knows what sized saucers befit their eyes as they beheld that helpless, hapless, headless mannequin aglow in the headlights. The impact? It was a mere snap in the midst of the roar, the screeching, the blaring, the hissing, and the thunder, all joining together in a chorus of chaos. It was easily a minute by the time that train came to a complete stop. You think I hung around to see what would happen next? No way. I quietly slunk back to my mannequinless car and began to write a chorus of my own. It goes like this.
Hey engineer, it's just a mannequin. I am so sorry that your world just got messed up. You can be sure I won't do that again. But it was just a stupid mannequin.
Play stupid games and win stupid prizes. Cannot do a thing like that without consequences, so, don't try this at home. The next day, I was in the St. Joseph County Jail. Sheriff Laurie and his deputies, they were not impressed with my little prank. To this day, I have no idea how they found out I was responsible for this minor interference in railroad commerce. As the door to my cell closed, it did not make a clink, it made a clunk. With sunken eyes, I beheld the domicile that would be mine for an indefinite length of time, and then a sight that to this day remains a source of mystery. For there, lying in the bed opposite mine in the same cell, was a mannequin. Not just any mannequin. Come on now, you know which one. It was a headless, hot pink, shoeless mannequin, bundled up tightly on its side on a round white stand.
Engineer, it's just a mannequin. I am so sorry that your world got messed up. You can believe I won't do that again. You can be sure I won't do that again. You bet your ass I won't do that again. But it was just my stupid mannequin. Just my stupid mannequin. Just my stupid mannequin. Just my stupid.
Quack, quack, quack.